What is up, everybody? Chilliverse here today, and we have to talk about this new revelation. Apparently, people are saying that Sony money had it exclusivity rights for Black Myth Wukong. You know, the reason we thought this game wasn't on Xbox Series X or S is because it has a technical memory leaking issue. That was the rumor reports before, but now, through the grapevine, people are saying that, hey, Sony paid the developers of Black Myth Wukong some hush money to make it seem like, it's some big problems with Xbox. But secretly, probably paying them some money under the table saying, hey, just don't push it on Xbox and let the different fan bases go with the different narratives they want to run with. So this is from game journalist Paul Tassi, pretty reliable source in the gaming media. So he says, a source with knowledge of the situation has told me that Black Myth Wukong is not currently on Xbox because of an exclusivity deal, and is not delayed because of any sort of technical issues. I wouldn't be shocked by this. I would not be shocked. We know how Sony gets down. For the clowns who say that people don't buy games on Xbox, I just gotta ask, if people just don't buy games on Xbox, why does Sony gotta do these shady tactics where they gotta keep these different games off of Xbox? Why do they pay these companies to keep the games off Xbox if apparently nobody's gonna buy the games anyway? Seems like a waste of money to me. We've seen how they did Square Enix. How Square Enix is now in financial despair, and how they need to put their games on the platforms now to make up for that loss. So I wouldn't be surprised at this. I wouldn't be surprised at this news right here if this turns out to be true. So, then he says, from the start, the statements from Game Science and Microsoft conflicted with each other. But the Game Science cited optimization, while Microsoft cited deals with other platform holders. So, little shady right there. Developers saying, it's some quality issues we need to work out. While Microsoft says, hey, they got deals with other platform holders. I kind of believe Microsoft more. We know how Sony gets down. They will pay to keep games off Microsoft's platforms. That's how they roll over there at Sony. Well, Microsoft wants to keep putting more of their games on Sony's platforms, which I don't understand it. People are saying, hey, they're getting money regardless, but I wouldn't want to support a console who got this shady tactics like that. At least Microsoft, when they at least buy publishers, they buy studios to make the games exclusives. Sony just pays third-party companies to keep their games on other platforms. That's just shady. It's not like you're fully committing to supporting that company. Like, if they would have bought Square Enix outright, nobody would be complaining about Final Fantasy not hitting Xbox. But because they just keep paying these third-party companies, it just makes it so crappy and just so shady at this point in time. So the first source saying technical issues have prevented the Xbox version from being released due to something called memory leak is wrong, but yours is right. Yeah, just by them having conflicting statements. It was like, how is it conflicting statements between both these different companies? Why is Microsoft saying one thing while the other company saying another thing? It just sounds something don't sound right about that. Oh man, this is crazy. Bro, the game industry behind the scenes is some crazy Wild Wild West stuff going on. Now you got people paying people under the table to keep games off the platforms. Like, that's just wild. I can confirm this. Oh, this was a troll post right here. Okay. My source told me that it's the existence of the Series S. People love to blame the Series S as to why these games don't come to Xbox. But it could always be. It don't gotta be a Series S all the times. It could be something just paying some of these companies off to keep the game off the platforms. Unless they decide to buy exclusivity rights between the reveal trailer and several other trailers, all of which mention Xbox, and then not market the game at all. Did they really have Xbox all over the trailers? I don't remember all that, but if they did, that is very telling. That makes it even worse. If they had Xbox all over the trailers, then Sony paid them to keep it off Xbox. That makes it even worse then. Now it can be in the console war discourse too. Bro, this turns out to be true. Console war discourse is going to be through the roof. Like, you thought it slowed down? Nah, things got ramped back up. If this is what Sony is doing. So we just slimy over there. What's obvious? The same way Sony snatched up Stellar Blade. Example after example, how Sony had paid to keep these games off Xbox. But you know, it's just fascinating how Microsoft wants to do the complete opposite. Put your games on Sony's platforms while Sony pays to keep games off your platform. Definitely sounds very equal right there. An exclusivity deal with day one PC release. Well, PC isn't competition to PlayStation. Their competition is Xbox. They don't care if a game goes to PC. They just don't want the game to go to Xbox. That's their direct competition in the console marketplace. Won't exactly be surprised if this was indeed the case, as PlayStation is known to do this kind of stuff. But why would they keep that a secret and give the developers a claim that the issue is the competitor's console? Because that made the competitor's console look a lot worse. If you see the issues with Microsoft's console not being faulty, then you want to go with that narrative for your PlayStation. That's a win for you. That is just sad at this point, lol. Sony looking for the individual who let this information slip. Where is he? Probably gonna send some people to their door. Whoever let this information slip out like this. Color me surprised. Sony just really sucks. Forbes, I hope that a series media outlet starts controlling what its employees disseminate, because it can cause the credibility of the outlet itself into question. It become a customer to accuse and spread information without cross-referencing different sources of media. And this is by a PlayStation account, so he's definitely not biased here. Of course, he wants to make Sony look innocent from a PlayStation fanboy account whose literal name is PlayStation Ultimate. Okay. Paul going full throat goat on console war rumors. So his source. How about we just not trust any PlayStation themed account or somebody with an Astrobot avatar? Because they're obviously biased. They're going to pretend like this information can't be true. Sounds like fake news. I mean, Sony has done this before, so why would we be shocked they do it again at this point in time? Come on, if PlayStation would have exclusivity rights, PlayStation would have Black Myth Wukong better optimized, advertise Black Myth Wukong. PlayStation, okay, sounds like somebody who just wants to give that gawk to PlayStation right there, so I'm going to ignore that comment. But why not just make that public? Why is the scrutiny with this one specifically? So Sony randomly signed a deal and they're not advertising at all? I'm not sure if I believe this one. Trust me, bro. An exclusivity deal? Yeah, we saw so much marketing from PlayStation for this game. Bro, I don't know what the situation. I don't know who to believe. To be honest, I honestly don't know who to believe. Like, this situation just seems fishy. Like, whenever we heard a game not come to Xbox because of a memory leak, that's the first time I ever heard that. So I don't know who do we believe here. Who knows? It just seems very fishy, regardless. They want to say, "Trust me, bro," like he's making it up. Like, but it just seems way too fishy. The amount of people who are just butthurt about these news or straight up don't want to believe it, LMAO. Yeah. They just can't believe that Sony pays these companies not to put their games on other platforms. That's just so hard to believe, apparently. Someone who's been playing on PS5, I believe the memory leak thing more than exclusivity deal. The entirety of Chapter 6 just does not run well for me at all. That's even worse too. Like, you got a game for full price and doesn't even run well. Like, that's still a big issue right there. If this is true, or hasn't Xbox said so? Technically, they did say so with that quote we showed earlier. They did say it's with partner agreements. So. To be expected, PlayStation's first party had been pretty dry. Gotta get games somehow. Don't you think if PlayStation paid for exclusivity that they would have marketed the game as exclusive? Either way, exclusivity or marketing. Was technically would have been exclusive because it's on PC as well too, so they can't market it as an exclusive. There's a lot of COVID from people who just think this can't be true. Like a lot of people just saying keep repeating this "trust me, bro" meme right here, but they're like it just can't be true. The Sony paid these people under the table to not put this on other platforms. Like that would be a first or something. These guys are funny. They definitely blame the Xbox YouTubers because of this nonsense. Like really? Oh man. Sony did money had it typical. The narrative around this game has changed so many times. It's actually funny. Yeah, we're hearing so many different conflicting stories with this game. It's one of the biggest and best-selling games this year has an exclusivity deal, and PlayStation is not marketing it as such or shouting into the heavens to take advantage of this lowly gold mine like they do with every other third-party deal they make. The Series S has been called everything but a child of God. Like I said, Xbox puts titles on a console that has no issues preventing games coming to Xbox. Xbox still have with PlayStation if they like it or not. Only thing that has changed is they no longer have anything to fight back with. Sad day. Okay. I love how people in the comments don't believe this is true because Sony would never. Bro, they are definitely acting like that. They act like Sony can never just stoop to these low tactics. I don't know why. They're just brand new to what Sony does behind the scenes. Now, of course, the Xbox community will run with this. The narrative that another game that Sony acquired with money, but last time I checked, Microsoft is the richest corporation on Earth. Yeah, just because Microsoft is a rich company don't mean all that money can be used from the Xbox division. Like Microsoft has other divisions besides Xbox. I love how Microsoft buys 10,000 developers for $70 billion, and people celebrate because Microsoft knows what they're doing. But Sony might have an exclusivity deal for one game, and people lose their minds. They have exclusivity deals with more than one game, so I don't know what this guy's talking about. PlayStation is living rent free. All your heads just play games. What is this last part about? People are discussing why this game isn't on Xbox, and he says this PlayStation is living rent free. What type of copium excuse is that? Like, we can't call out Sony doing shady tactics, apparently, if this is true. Sony still isn't over their crappy deals. If it is true, there's a scummy as F from Sony, and people keep putting the blame solely on the Series S. Yeah, because this is what this has resulted down to. People blame the Series S for this game not being on Xbox. And so if that's the case, if Sony's paying them and not making them be public by why it's exclusive, then that's definitely some shady stuff right there. Get your competition to be blamed while you're doing shady stuff under the table. Some dirty tactics right there. I can't believe the Series S has caused this. Once again, Sony is money hiding games and keeping third-party games off of competitive platforms. All because their first-party devs can put out games on a consistent basis. Embarrassing and very anti-consumer. Very much so. Honestly, at this point, I know how it's going to sound, but even Capcom is starting to skip Xbox regularly. If Sony pulls up with money and the ability to publish your game outside of your home country, why not just take it? Why not just allow them to do these shady deals? Bro, I don't even know what to think about this at this point anymore. It's like, I don't know how the FTC could be so. Because we don't know if this is true. This is just a rumor. We don't know. This guy says he has a source. We didn't really name the source. So even though he is a reliable source in the game media, we don't know how true this rumor is right here. But I just find it funny how, you got all these different regulatory bodies, government regulatory bodies against Microsoft about how they could possibly have a monopoly. But these shady deals that Sony do just go by scot free. Like there's just nothing wrong with them. Like it's just I hope this isn't true, but most likely I kind of believe that this is very true. That they probably paid them off, gave them some hush money, say, hey, have the different communities believe that it's a Series S's fault that you got this memory issue, Well, secretly, you got exclusivity deals with PlayStation. I wouldn't be shocked by that, but I'm gonna conclude it right here. Definitely want to hear your input down below about this alleged rumor right here. Leave a like if you like this video, and as always, thanks for watching, and peace.